Can anybody find me somebody to love? Oh, oh, oh. We work hard every day. I try and I try and I try. Every day, crazy. Believe. Like we all know the rhythm of the song when we sing it. Sometimes we don't know all the words. Sometimes we do. Right now, I don't. But hi, and I'm guessing no one's going to be here. So I'm just going to talk to myself and it's perfectly fine because this was very last minute. Now here's what happened. So what I'm going to try to do is marry the show from last night to the show this morning because what happened was the storm was so bad here last night and it was really fine. There was nothing going on harshly before I went on the air last night, my typical Friday night show. And I'm sitting here, and I think I was 45 minutes into the show talking about J Lo and Ben Affleck, and that's probably why this happened because it's such a disaster on their end. So I'm sitting here, and the thunder was insane, and then there was a lightning bolt, and it hit something. Thank God it didn't hit the house or anything or me, but it just came through the window, and when I tell you the crackles that went through my headphones was insane. So Al said, "Get off the air right now because, we don't want things to blow up, right? So get off the air." And, I got some messages and I'm like, "I'm really sorry. There's no way because first of all, we don't want, our equipment to blow up, which can happen. And it has happened. It has totally happened in lightning storms to us. We've lost our refrigerator. We've lost all of our computers. It has happened. So we're a little shy about that whole thing. Let's get off the air. I went and I laid down. I said, I'm just gonna lay down. Louie and I are gonna have mom and Louie time. And I fell asleep. And Al took him off the bed. He was right cuddled up right next to mama. And we don't let him he doesn't sleep on the bed anymore. Hasn't since he fell off the bed. So put him in his own bed. He's fine. Like he gets up there with me and we have our little together time and he gets up there with me. He's fine because he's nuzzled right next to me. So I fell asleep. He's like, I don't want him to fall. So he put him in his bed. And Louis was insane last night. Can I just tell you that? He was insane, just barking, 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 like non-stop. So I said, you know what? Maybe 10 o'clock. If the storm's over, because we know how these things go. They come, they go. I said, I'm gonna go on the air at 10 o'clock. I'll just finish. I'll just take a little nippy nap and I'll finish. I pretty much slept until 4 a.m. Besides the fact that I was continuously being woken up by Lou barking at maybe the thunder. I don't know. But literally, I slept for a long, long time. And of course, I got up this morning and I went yard sailing. Oh, hi. Hi, Cindy. I didn't think anybody was going to be here, to be honest. I just figured it's just, just going to be me and it's fine because everybody can just watch it later. Hey, Rhonda, what's going on? Hey, Kathy Waddle. So Rhonda said, I had 2 female Yorkies and a boxer. They were terrified of fireworks and thunder. The fireworks really do terrible things to animals. So we've always been really conscientious about that. And, if we have the air going and stuff, that the animals really can't hear what's going on outside. So it's not too bad. But I'll never forget one year, our poor dog, our late dog, Daisy, she was so good. There were fireworks going off near the house and she had an accident. She doesn't do that. Like she doesn't. She didn't do that. And we just felt so bad because she was so scared. And but what are you going to do? Don't do fireworks, neighbors. Like what are you going to do? That was so close to home and animals are very, very afraid of loud noises. So Louis was insane. But anyway, so I got up and I was going to get Sue, my friend Sue, at 6 o'clock this morning anyway, to go yard sailing. So woke up at 4, watched a little bit of YouTube. Well, I'm going to get up because what am I going to do? Just sit here? So I got up. We went yard sailing. Yard sales were not good. And what did I tell you guys last night? I said that yard sales start to pretty much wane off. July 4th through the end of August, they're pretty much non existent because it's just too hot for people to have them. Even though to me, it's like, just have it because I'll come and buy your stuff. So they were pretty bad today. However, let's talk about the weather. The weather was not good this morning. It's been very, very misty. The sun is starting to come out right now, but it's supposed to rain again around 2. So I said, let me go on the air and get this done and finish the show for everybody because it's going to do the same thing this afternoon like it did last night, and it's not going to happen. So I said, let me just do this early this morning. So for yard sales this morning, let's see, what was the big ticket item? There really wasn't. Oh, yeah, there's a big ticket item. There's one big ticket item. So, the few yard sales that were out, there were 2 fakers. One that they just weren't out. And I don't know, they could have not been out because of the weather. So like I said, it was misty and cloudy and icky. So people may have just said, "You know what? I'm not going to do a yard sale today because I don't want to get my stuff rained on." And another one, my friend Sue texted me. She's like, "Oh, it's starting at 10." I said, "Well, I can't do that because I'm going on the air." She's like, "Oh, haha." So, whatever. Maybe we'll go at 11. I don't know. So the big ticket item, and people were out, like we were at someone's house by 6:15, and he's like, "Oh, you guys are early." And we had been to his house a few weeks ago because they're moving. And we're like, "Yeah, but somebody else is already here." So we're not we didn't feel so bad because we weren't the first ones. Um, and I didn't get the high ticket item at his house. I got a few things at his house, but the next one we went to, oh, it's getting really sunny now. So that's good. That's a good sign. And Al is doing an outdoor event today. So the next one we went to, and I'm not familiar with like those automatic vacuum cleaners. Do you guys have those? I don't have that because we have no rugs anymore. We ripped those out a long time ago. We got Daisy. We're like, we're not having carpets because carpets are just. And thank goodness ever since we got Louis, thank goodness we don't have a carpet because he just goes wherever he feels like it. I know it's disgusting. Like, what do you want me to say? I wash my floors all the time. There's nothing I can do. He's this big as my hand. So there's nothing I can do. And he doesn't even tell me. He tells me after. He's like, "Rah, rah, rah, rah." And I'm like, "Oh, come on. Couldn't you do that before?" He does sometimes. Sometimes he doesn't. I can't figure it out. So, oh yeah. So we go to this first yard sale. They literally had 3 items out. And he's like, "Well, it's not starting until 9." And his wife goes, "Yeah, but there've already been tons of people here already." So we didn't feel too bad. It was like 6:30. She's like, "There's already been a lot of people here waiting for us to put stuff out." So it's a Shark, like a Roomba, only it's by Shark. And he goes, "We never use that ever." And I said, "All right." Cause I'm like, "Does it work?" I don't know. He goes, "We never used it." Now the box looks a little funky on the outside. Got to clean the box off. But then I open it up. It literally is brand new. And I paid $15 for it. So I should be able to get a few bucks on that. I got a few beer signs. No lighted ones, just put on the wall beer signs. I got, which, it's a little suspect to me. I'm just saying. So I got a woman's Stetson hat. Now it's in the box, says Stetson on it. I said, "Oh, all right." And I open it up and it's like a country looking, it has like a wedding veil on it. She goes, "Yeah, I wore that for my wedding back in the 70s." And I said, "Okay, $5. All right, I'll take it." So then I'm looking at it. I'm like, it's not marked Stetson. Like it's not marked. There's no tag in it or anything. And then it has a little piece of foam on the inside. I said, "Oh, I don't know if I'm going to take the hat now." She goes, I said, "I don't know. Is it a real Stetson?" She goes, "No, I'm telling you, it's a real Stetson. I got it from Stetson. It is a real hat." I said, "Because did you maybe put the veil on and stuff?" She goes, "No, they did that. I bought it like that." So we'll see. We'll see how that one goes. If not, it goes in the yard sale. What am I going to do? And what else did I get today? A couple little tchotchke things, but other than that, no big whoop today. No big whoop at all. It was very, very mundane, is what it is. What are you going to do? This is what happens when you're in the yard sale arena. You just don't know. You just don't know. So let's see. I don't go to estate sales, Rhonda. I don't. You know why? I don't. I don't go to estate sales because most of the time companies run those. And I'm not saying company run estate sales are bad. I'm not. But a lot of times their items are marked a lot higher. We're used to a dollar. We're used to the lower priced items, even though I do pay up for things at yard sales. If I know I can get a good return, which a lot of those big ones, it's rare now because the competition is really stiff around here. So that's the reason why I don't go to a lot of estate sales. If it's a family run estate sale, all day long, I'll be there. I will go to those all day long because the family's going to price an estate sale like it's a yard sale. An estate sale company is going to price the items like it's like a store sale type of thing. And we just don't go to those. But you can. I'm not saying you cannot get good deals at those because you can. You can. I've been to a couple where I've gotten gold and sterling and they didn't market like that. So you, I just think yard sales are the best. I dig them big time. I can't. And as a matter of fact, someone said to us this morning, he goes, "You guys look like you're professional yard sailors." I said, "Yeah, kinda, but no, we just like doing it. Yeah, no, I'm professional. Not really. I'm not professional at all, at all." So yeah, so for those of you, hit the like button if you can. Also download the app of Kiki.fm and please subscribe to the channel if you like music and entertainment news. And I'm going to be trying to do this 2 to 3 times a week now going forward and just hanging out with you guys. So if you like that, please subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And also I have another channel, my personal channel called Kiki Room, more of a vlog type, just kind of sitting and chatting type of channel. So if you like that, go over there. And let's go ahead and let's just do our news. And like I said, I'm going to try and marry these 2 videos together, the one from last night to the one this morning, and put it out as a regular full video. So then you guys feel like you're getting a whole show. So we already know about Ben and J-Lo. That whole thing is a mess. We're done. We're not going back because that's where I ended last night. But we are going to talk about, let's make sure I'm here. So I apologize. I had a black screen last night. So I'm really sorry about that. Sometimes when I go and share my screen, I forget, I got to click the screen, click back, and then click to the article. I have to remember to do that. It's like, why are there so many steps? I don't know. So McDonald's, I didn't know, AI, artificial intelligence, is basically taking over so many things, people's jobs, people. It's taken over so much. But I always say, listen, we need people to do something. We cannot simply run on a computer chip, which maybe that's what will happen in the future, but I think it's going to be a long time from now. I think we still need people to run things. However, companies are diving into the AI arena. And McDonald's is one of them. And they actually did a drive-through test of an AI thing with IBM. And this is from CNBC.com. And it all had to do with chicken nuggets, I think. Now, I have to say, I haven't had them in a long time. They're dry, but when you dip them in some good barbecue sauce from them, it's all right if you're in a pinch. But this is what happened. So they're ending their test run of AI drive-through technology. See, again, here you go. Let's get rid of someone's job because normally people are in the drive-through for you. Like, hello, how are you today? Give me your money and I'll get your shake. So there's going to be no more of that, I guess. But right now there is. They're going back to it. So they were in partnership with IBM at more than 100 restaurants. Now we know that there's a lot more than 100 McDonald's here in the US. So they were just doing a test run, and their so-called automated order taker is going to be shut off by July 26th. And this is according to several franchisees of McDonald's. Now, this whole thing began in 2021. I thought a person, maybe we don't have it in our area. Not that we don't go to McDonald's. Like sometimes Al's like, I need a drink. So we'll go to a McDonald's drive through. But to me, it sounds like a person saying it is it's got to be because they're like, hey, what can I get for you? And like, they're winking. They're like blinking their eyes. So I think that's a person. I don't think that's AI at all in our area anyway. So McDonald's says that, yeah, there have been some positive things about this, but after we thought about it, we're like, yeah, no, we're not going to continue doing this right now. And they've had some challenges on accuracy. So what happened? Let's see what happened. Something happened with McNuggets. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Where are the McNuggets things? I gotta find out. Okay, so accuracy is the most important thing right now, and it has to be 95% accurate and has to save the franchisees money over time in order for them to continue to do this. But something happened with chicken nuggets. So I gotta find that. So McDonald's chicken nugget debacle. Let's see. Google. I love Google. Don't you love Google? So I pulled up something that didn't tell me about the chicken nuggets. We got to find out about the chicken nuggets. Like I said, if there's anything I'm going to order from McDonald's, it's going to be the nuggets. Okay, so, all right, here we go. 260 McNuggets. Oh, now it won't let me do it because I have to subscribe to the New York Times. I'm not paying for that. I told you guys this before. I'm not doing it. Nuggets, McNuggets. Let's look for a free article, shall we? And they are launching a $5 meal deal with 4 menu items included. Well, it's about time when they were charging $18 for a hamburger in Connecticut. Did you guys hear about that? That's insane. And so people are like, yeah, I'm going to just go to a regular restaurant because for a few dollars more than that $18 hamburger, I can get a sit-down meal for 14 or 15. Like, that's insane. $18. Okay, what is going on with the McNuggets? Now I can't find it. What did they take it down? McNuggets problem. No, let's see. McNuggets problem. AI problem. Let's see. Maybe it'll come up for that. Yep, here we go. McDonald's AI drive-through ordering after mistakes. So let's see. It says that they're canceling an AI drive-through order handling system for now because there were a lot of bizarre mistakes. So let's see what those mistakes were. This is so fun. Let's see. One posted video of the system incorrectly believing she'd ordered hundreds of dollars of chicken McNuggets. In another case, a customer was given an ice cream cone topped with bacon. That's disgusting. But you know what? I bet you there's ice cream with bacon on it. And this is from Axios.com. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Oh, come on. There's got to be more. There's got to be more. McNuggets. Oh, there's got to be more. We got to see more. This is too funny. Yep, somebody got a $222 McNugget bill. Imagine that. Imagine going, why are you giving me all of those McNuggets? And like people are coming out to your car with boxes of McNuggets. That's funny. Not really. Not if you're the person, it's not funny. And then let's see, someone else said, crosstalk from a neighboring drive-through station led the McDonald's AI to add 9 orders of sweet tea to her bill instead of 1 hash brown, sweet tea and Coke. Somebody else posted a video on TikTok of her fighting with the McDonald's robot as she entered a drive-through and placed an order of vanilla ice cream without caramel, only for the machine oh, come on, stop. Only for the machine to add cream packets instead. And then she said, "I just want a large water and a cup of ice cream." Let's see. And somebody else said the McDonald's robot is wild. That's funny. So, sometimes that's what I'm saying, like about computers and AI attempting to take over our universe. It's not really the AI, it's the people behind the AI that's making the AI take over our world, right? It's not necessarily, we can't be mad at the AI itself. It's just that the people want to get rid of the people. That's where that all that's what that all goes to. And then talking about people, so workers at Dell Computer, I thought this was so interesting. So Dell Computer basically told its employees, you come back to the office or else you don't have a job. So it's the whole return to office mandate instead of get out of the office mandate. Now, I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I kind of feel like what happened a few years ago with the whole world shut down and making everyone work from home and then saying, yeah, now we want you to come back. I think it really messed with a lot of people's minds, and it made us used to working from home. It made us used to not having to deal with the nonsense politics that we had to deal with when we were in the office. Nonsense, complete nonsense, complete chitter chatter that, who wants to listen to that? Who wants to listen to gossip? Who wants to listen to, just people chomping on their foot? Like, who wants that? I'm not a fan, never was. And I'm glad I didn't have to be for a long time, and I don't have to be going forward. So Dell enforced its strict return to office policy in February, mandating that most of its employees return to work to the office 3 days a week with a minimum of 39 days each quarter. That's not too bad, right? But they're saying 3 days a week. Some employees claim that the mandate threatened their job security and future promotions if they didn't adhere to it. And that was another thing I had read that Dell said, if you don't come back to the office, this is alleged, this is something I read. If you don't come back to the office, you are not going to be able to be promoted. Now, that's not cool. That's not cool. And this is from MSN.com. Now, to me, if you're getting your job done and you're doing it well, why do you need to go back to the office? We've already proven that we don't need to be there physically. We can do it from the comfort of our own home. Eliminate the stress of traveling, eliminate the stress of gossip, eliminate the stress of, being around people that, why do you need to be there when you can just concentrate and focus on what you need to do for the company instead of concentrating and focusing on other things around you, which you don't want to. So I don't get it. This has been such a mind F, like to the millionth extent, I believe anyway. That's my own personal opinion. And my opinions don't reflect the opinions of Al. I'm just saying that just to be professional, which I'm not. So it says that half of the Dell employees are ignoring the return to office policy, and they're just saying, you know what, we're not going back to the office 3 days a week. We're going to stay working from home. Dell, that's what we're doing. And let's see. So Dell last month rolled out a color-coded system tracking the employees through their badge swipes and VPN connections to ensure that they are working from the company office. See, this is what it's all coming to, man. This is where AI comes into play too. Like, we're all being tracked. Everybody knows everything. The system allegedly rates them based on four different colors that measure how consistent they are with adhering to the return to office mandate. Isn't that lovely? So, in other words, we don't like you because you don't come into the office. However, you made us turn into us not really liking coming into the office because we haven't been here for 3 years. How is that working for everybody? How is it working? I would like to know. I really would like to know. And I don't think people are happy. I think some people are happy about going back to the office. I do. I think there are certain people who need that connection and they need that, people contact. But then there are some of us who don't want it, don't need it. We just want to put our heads down, get our work done, and move on. So I don't know. And let's see. A Dell employee, not identified, said, I know a few people who probably would have been deterred from staying remote due to the threat of the possibility of promotion. But since there aren't any opportunities available, they saw it as a meaningless threat. So there you go. And that's another thing. Oh, you can move up. You can keep doing good so we can move you up. And then they never move you up. You just stay right. We're going to keep you right there. Right. And when the mandate first rolled out, it, caused a lot of commotion at the company. Surely it did. And some employees revealed that they received little to no direction on what offices to report to. Where do I go? Where do I go? They were allegedly told they would have to report to an assigned office, but will not have the ability to pick which one they can go to due to capacity or business function constraints. And this was a major issue as some employees were located in areas that don't have an office building nearby. Like, what are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do if you have no building near you? Are you supposed to take a train, fly? Oh my God. Like, if we think about how many things have changed since 2020, it's honestly unreal how everything has absolutely changed in this world, including attitudes of people, right? I mean, we just want to do what we got to do and, do a good job at doing it instead of constantly, it's just crazy. It's crazy. So, some Dell employees did speak to Business Insider and said that because their teams are spread out across the country, there's no point going to the office. That makes total sense. And I hear that too. Like people working from all around the world, for one job function that people are doing this one job and you've got people all over the universe doing this one job. Why do you need everybody together? And there are some companies who are very good at saying, you know what? This is working remote. We're fine. Everybody's doing what they have to do. It's a good thing. Isn't it great for the company to be able to save that money? Having employees in the office and, isn't it just better and you would have a happier employee base? Shouldn't it be a choice? Considering what has happened over the past several years, I would think it would more or less, or it should be a choice, if people want to go sit in the office or not. They don't want to go. That's their personal thing. Everybody's been programmed also to be scared of a lot of things. So there's so much involved here, and I think it's crazy. So Dell paid over $700 million in severance costs after it conducted 2 rounds of layoffs. So, here's the thing. People are not going to go back to the office if they don't want to. And you know what? Good for you. Rock on, baby girl, baby boy. So let's see. Yeah, and Kathy said students have changed. I think everybody's changed since this whole thing. And I'm not trying to go off on a tangent. I apologize, but it's just so frustrating because when you're being told to think this one way and then, oh, wait, hold, no, no, now you know what? We're telling you you have to think this way now. It's kind of hard to really go directly from here to there like without some problems along the way, right? You can't just go from here to there. It's got to be a process. Oh, we'll bring you back slowly. Yeah, okay. Alrighty then. How's that working out for everybody? So let's go. Now there's this term I heard called dad rock. You guys heard about dad rock? First time I'm hearing about dad rock. No clue. I'm sure there's going to be a mom rock coming, and that's probably going to be Brett Michaels orientated. I don't know what dad rock is, but the pinnacle of dad rock, according to Guitar World, is that the ultimate dad rock band is Van Halen. What does that mean? I love Van Halen. I adore early Van Halen music. I love them. Come on, David Lee Roth, Sammy Hagar. Great, great, great. I love both versions of Van Halen, Van Hagar, Van Halen. Love them both. I'm not a dad. What does that mean? I really can't even I can't figure out what dad rock means, but let's see because let's see. There's a there's a top 10. Okay. I don't know. I don't see a list now, but I guess Guns N' Roses is on the list. I mean, they're just like you're just basically saying they're rock bands. Really? Let's try this again. Let's see. What's dad rock band list? Let's see who's on the list. Here are some bands that are considered dad rock: Pearl Jam, the Beatles, and Steely Dan. Who is picking this stuff? I don't get it. Oh my gosh. And there, guys, have you literally heard of dad? I think is dad rock a new thing? Now, there's something from 2021, there's something from 2020, a dad rock list, 20 greatest dad rock songs of all time. What's that? I did not know this was a thing. So the 20 greatest dad rock songs of all time, according to mixdownmag.com, Reelin' in the Years by Steely Dan, Layla by Eric Clapton. I love that song. I love all the old top 40 stuff. Smooth, Santana, and Rob Thomas. To me, that would be a mom rock song, right? Because Rob Thomas is hot. So I don't understand that. Smooth is not a dad rock song. I'm sorry. Who made this list? Better Man, Pearl Jam. Power and the Passion, Midnight Oil. Horse with No Name, America. That is not a dad rock song. That's a yacht rock song. No kidding. Come on. A Horse with No Name. That's not dad rock. Let's see. Brown Eyed Girl, Van Morrison. Oh my gosh. Like, this is the cheesy list. This is crazy. Sultans of Swing, Dire Straits. All right, that might be a dad rock song. New Kid in Town, the Eagles. Like, what kind of dad are we referring to here? Are we referring to a dad from the 1950s dad? Like he was born in the 50s? Is that what kind of dad? I don't know. Like, where's the dad coming from? What a Fool Believes, the Doobie Brothers. And then they have a picture of Hotel California. Oh, that's probably from New Kid in Town. All right. What a Fool Believes, Dancing in the Dark, Bruce Springsteen. This list is all over the place. Free Bird, Leonard Skinner. Okay, but I like that song. Harvest Moon, Neil Young. I don't know. This list is just The Joker, Steve Miller. Okay, what song is this? K-San, Cold Chisel. I don't know that one. I don't even know who Cool Chisel is. I don't. Roxanne the Police? Maybe. How's That by Sherbet? Is that who is that? How's that? Oh, he looks like John Waite, actually. Down on the Corner, Creedence Clearwater Revival. Don't Stop, Fleetwood Mac. I do not see that as a dad rock song. Cats in the Cradle, Harry Chapin. And they spelled his name wrong. I don't know. You guys tell me. Are those dad rock songs or not? I love Bret Michaels too. Are there any Sticks and Foreigner songs on there? No. I just read you the list. But that's one list. I mean, there could be many. Help me. Okay, so the Songwriters Hall of Fame happened. And REM reunited there. And let's see, Steely Dan won something. So let's see, REM said that this was their last performance ever. And they said it would have to take a comet to get them to perform together ever again. And they performed at the Songwriters Hall of Fame ceremony last Thursday on June 14th. And that was at the Marriott Marquis Hotel in New York City. And let's see, REM hasn't been together for many, 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 many years. Carrie Underwood. Let's see. No. Hillary Lindsay, who's written for Carrie Underwood. And let's see, is involved with Footloose and Fame and Holding Out for a Hero. She won. She was there. Oh, and Kevin and Michael Bacon were there. Let's see, to present the award, which is really cool. Irving Azoff. No comment. Let's see. He led the celebration of Steely Dan, telling a story about the legendary band submitting a blank glossy image as their promo artwork. This is from APnews.com. And co-founded by Donald Fagen and the late Walter Becker, Steely Dan are known for their classic rock songs, including Do It Again and Hey 19. And Donald said, I'd like to thank my partner, Walter Becker, wherever he may be, in his acceptance speech. I love Steely Dan songs. I do. I love them. So that's pretty cool. And let's see. Next on the list, Queen. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Queen. Now this is from People magazine, right? Like they say they reportedly sold their music catalog, but then they're saying they did sell it. And they sold it for the record price of $1.27 billion. Insane. Worth every penny. Good for Queen. I mean, that is absolutely amazing. So they have made complete history. Sony Music Publishing will reportedly supervise the monetary, copyright, and contractual parts of the deal, which is said to have a long term. And everything is complicated, this whole deal, because how many songs are involved here. And it also said it's complicated because of each individual member's own contributions. And let's see. So Sony recently paid, I guess, maybe about 6 months ago or something, they paid $600 million for a 50% stake in Michael Jackson's catalog, which already had a massive payout for the company. And no one has at Sony has responded to the Queen sale. And Variety said that another party interested in the Queen catalog stopped short at 900 million, but they're not saying or they don't know which company that was. And according to Billboard, this is crazy. Secondary revenue streams from this deal would include money made from the 2018 Freddie Mercury biopic Bohemian Rhapsody. That movie was huge and so good. So well done, honestly. What a movie. I don't even know how many times I've watched that over and over again. It's so good. And if a musical is made with the Queen catalog, the deal will include that revenue as well. Massive deal. The deal will also include some revenue from the North American Master Recordings catalog, which Disney has owned since 1990 with a $10 million deal, which seems like a bargain. And Universal Music Group's licensing deal income from the British rock band will go to Sony when it expires in 2027. Holy moly. I mean, I guess they just want to get their money up front, you know? The only money that won't be part of the massive deal is revenue made from live performances, and they are still doing that, and they are selling out, honey. Surviving Queen band members Brian May and Roger Taylor perform and tour with singer Adam Lambert, who is absolutely incredible and just, I mean, Adam is his own self, but dear Lord, he can emulate Freddie in today's world, like with stunning grace. He's so good. And of course, Queen's catalog includes hits like Bohemian Rhapsody, Another One Bites the Dust, Somebody to Love, We Will Rock You, and We Are the Champions. An amazing song. An amazing catalog. How crazy. And the Beatles, you know, Paul has said, who knows? And we know that their catalog is not going to go for any less than $1 billion. But I kind of feel like, I mean, here's the thing. People are going to see Paul. People go to see Ringo. But I just feel like that generation is just, we're getting away from it now. We're getting away from people, you know, adoring Beatles music. Of course, there are still tons of people who love it. I don't, you know, I'm probably going to get backlash for saying that. But it's as we get older and as the generations move forward, it's just, it seems like they're so much further in the past, even though they are the basis, part of the basis for rock and roll, you know, but people sometimes move on and forget. They do. Oh, did you hear that? That was my coffee cup smashing on the box that this is on. All right, the Download Festival. The Download Festival, they had a real problem. So, and this is terrible because, you know, when you're at a festival, you know, festivals outside, you're having yourself a great time. But you're outside. You're among people. Sometimes you bring your own chair, you sit on a blanket. You're in the element, you're in the moment. But the Download Festival of 2024 was shut down because hundreds of festival goers got food poisoning. Oh my gosh. The worst thing that can possibly happen because, first of all, they only have a certain amount of porta potties. This is from nme.com, by the way. And you got someone sitting next to you and they're getting sick. I can't imagine what a disaster that must have been. And let's see. So this year's installment of the Metal and Rock Festival took place over the past weekend, and it was happening between June 14th and 16th. And Queens of the Stone Age, Fall Out Boy, and Avenged Sevenfold. I've only heard of Fall Out Boy. But as the event started to move forward. Several people in the crowd began saying that they were sick. Can you imagine? Like, it happened that fast? Had to be pretty bad. They were hearing people had nausea, stomach cramps, fever, and just, that blah feeling. And they did have a medical tent on site, and about 500 people had a real food poisoning epidemic. That is horrible. And can they really? Yeah, they could probably figure out where it came from if everybody, where did you eat? What did you have? What truck did you go to? However, they were serving food. So, someone from, let's see, the Northwest Lancashire District Council, I know I didn't say that correctly, told the BBC that medics began to see a pattern of fans getting sick, making organizers of the event, Live Nation, to launch an investigation. And Live Nation said that customer safety was its primary concern and confirmed that all food traders had been inspected before and during the event. The promoter added that two vendors were closed and removed from the site as they failed to meet the standards of environmental health and the local authority. But it was too late. It's too late then. And among those who reported illnesses were artists performing at the event. Oh my gosh. So, like, was it from the food trucks? Did they have a caterer that was in house that was serving everybody? And Sean Smith, frontman of the Raiders, said that he had to go to the hospital after the festival was over and put on an IV drip because of food poisoning. That's terrible. That is just terrible. I mean, can you even really, can you stop this type of thing? I don't know. It's got to be hard though. Oh man, that's terrible. So Paul Sanders, the head of community service at NWLDC, said we carried out ongoing food hygiene safety checks on site throughout the 5 days of the festival to ensure that all vendors were up to the required standards. So, if they did that all 5 days, they're saying, but it looks like this happened between a 2-day time span. And he went on to say that where we find improvements are required, we provide advice and carry out a further visit to ensure the improvements have been made. We work with the event organizer to investigate two food vendors, both of which were closed by the event organizer over the course of the weekend. And let's see, I guess they also had the festival had to issue warnings across the span due to extreme weather conditions. There were heavy storms that hit Donington Park, causing the space to turn into a mud bath. Oh my goodness. And Pantera was performing there, and they tweeted showing a picture saying that we had a great time today at Download. Here's a glimpse of our performance. Hope you guys had fun in the mud. Oh my God. Oh, look at that. That's terrible. Yeah, we're not going into some political stuff. People dropped out too because of that, but oh my goodness. And Kathy said, food poisoning comes on so quickly. Scary. Scary. Especially, like I said, being at an event like that, like you're paying to go, you're hoping to just have a good time. It's so, again, it's just crazy. Just crazy. You're just, afraid to do anything. And all right, so let's talk about the whole Bon Jovi debacle that was going on. Now I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to make sure you guys can see it. So let's see here. Do that. Go back. Here we are. We can see it. So Bon Jovi is getting completely obliterated by the fact that there was supposed to be real autographs in the new Forever CD release by Bon Jovi. And, the other night I was talking to you guys about it and I was just reading some comments from people. I said, let me dig into this a little bit more to figure out, did Bon Jovi really say, this is what you're going to get? You're going to get a real signature from me, not an auto pen. It's going to be here. Well, kids, I don't think that there was any misunderstanding stating that you were, what seems to me, you tell me if you can read this any differently, but this is from the Bon Jovi website. This is shop.bonjovi.com. And it says it right here. It says it, signed Forever CD limited edition, $13.98, sold out. Now, some questions I have about this. First of all, that's a pretty good deal. Getting something signed by John Bon Jovi, it's not like that happens every day. It's not like you see a lot of his autographs out there. So, right there is a tip off. That's pretty cheap for him to sign something, right? And I would assume, looking at that, that's a real signature. And then you've got the picture right here, which to me looks like he signed it. Okay. And then you have this, and this is right on the Bon Jovi website. I didn't find this. This is right here. You can see it. I'm sharing my screen. And there's John smiling at all of the cards that he is going to sign. And I'm not saying he didn't sign them. I'm kind of saying maybe he only signed some of them. Maybe he only signed some of them. I don't know. It looks like he signed all of these, but see, you don't see any signatures on these. You just see him with a couple in front of him, and then he's looking at all these going, "Oh my gosh, I'm going to be here all day." That's like what his face is saying. Like, I'm looking happy, but I'm already exhausted because that's a lot. Look at this, like that's just one stack. There's a lot of cards there. And then something I looked up, it said it includes, well, let's see if it's on the site. Let's see. Let's see what it says because I got this from somewhere. So let's X out of that guy. Oh, here it is. It says it right here. It includes one CD, one signed art card insert signed by John Bon Jovi. It's signed by John Bon Jovi. This is right on their site. And it was released on June 7th. And again, I'm not here to bash the guy. I'm not. I love John Bon Jovi. I really do. I think he's great. He does a lot of great things. But I think this is just another incidence of, you really should have your team should have clarified that there's only going to be a certain amount and then others will be released without his real signature. You will get his signature, but it's not his. It's from a machine. So I don't know. It's all right here though. You can't make it up. It says it. It says it right there. One signed art card insert signed by Bon Jovi and John Bon Jovi. And some people were angry that, oh, well, I don't want the insert signed. And I talked about this the other night. What did you want signed then? Did you want the CD signed? Wouldn't that be a problem if you play it and then it's going to wear off, right? I mean, I don't know. I would be happy with the little signed insert. That doesn't bother me at all. I think what bothers everybody is that they didn't really get his signature. And to me, I personally would think that it's going to be a lot more than $13.98 for a real John Bon Jovi signature. So that was like a steal of a deal if you got one. And it says it right here, signed. Signed. Doesn't say signed by who. It just says signed. I don't know. I don't know, kids, but that's where we're at. And I can understand people, being upset about if they thought they were going to get a real signature and they didn't. Cindy said, my CD or album, you got two, was not signed. But now, did you think, Cindy, that they were going to be signed? Did you buy them with the expectation that John signed them? I'm just curious to know that. So I'll wait for your answer because a lot of people in the comments, on Reddit, go look on Reddit. People were pissed. They just mad. I'm just curious. I got to see what Cindy says about this. Um, really, really mad. I mean, I didn't order it, so I, had no expectation, but I think if you have one and you don't get what you think you're getting, it is disappointing. It truly is. Let's see. Just wait for Cindy to answer on that. Let me just see here if we have any updated news on the Bon Jovi signature autograph. Let's see. Nope, not saying anything. No updated news, but let's see. Auto pen. Let's do that. Auto pen. That was 5 days ago. I want something new. Oh, someone's saying, oh my goodness, don't buy. Look at this. I'll share this screen. All right, Cindy said, yes, with the card, I paid $14.90. I can't see because there's a heart in the way. I paid $14.98, and that is how it was presented to the public. Okay, so you paid for the CD and the album thinking they were going to be signed, and they weren't signed. Is that correct, Cindy? Let's wait for her to answer. Let's just wait. While we're waiting for Cindy's response here, I'm going to go over here and look at this on Reddit. Do not buy the signed CD. They are fake. Auto pen. Don't waste your money. From UMG, these are auto pens, fake autographs. Shame to see fraud like this happening on a wide scale. Wonder if Bon Jovi knows Universal Media Group is selling fakes. I mean, I think he knows. I think he knows everything, right? And then this person, Daryl DiCarlo, says, this kind of crap really makes me lose respect for the artists that do it, especially when they use several different auto pens to try and fool you. It says that they know that auto pens are worthless and are going an extra step to try and fool people. They know that they are scamming you, but don't care. I'm not going to sit here and say, I think John is outrightedly scamming people. I just think a little more time has to be thought about, when you're putting something huge like that out to the public. I think you just really need to read, reread, and reread again before it all gets released, because that's where it becomes a problem. So correct. Cindy said, correct. She thought she was getting a signed CD and LP. And that's wrong. It is. It's wrong. But do I think John is sitting there scamming people? I don't. I just think that huge misunderstanding, huge miscommunication, and someone dropped the ball. Plain and simple. Someone dropped the ball. And Michelle said, I have autographed items from Steve Perry, and the charge was more than the unsigned items. That's like normal. Like that's $13.98 for a signed John Bon Jovi CD or album. Well, the album I'm sure was more, but Yeah, that would make me question, right? The price would make me question. And the signature was on an insert, not the vinyl, not the CD, right? There was a pic showing Steve signing inserts, and I remember that picture. And yes, he signed the inserts. But if you go and do a Google search of John Bon Jovi's signature, you will see CDs actually signed. So I guess that is a thing. I don't know. Not really well versed in the world of autographs, but I guess that is a thing. And Cindy said it said only the CD was involved, not the LP. Okay, so thank you for making that clear. So Cindy said she really thought she was getting an autographed CD, but did not receive that. And I think John should sign something for you and send it to you, especially the fact that you got both the CD and the album. And you expected to receive an autographed CD, which right on their website says that's what you were going to get for $13.98. So I think you should make good on that for you, Cindy Hill. That's what I think. And Michelle said, when I ordered on Steve's website, it was clearly stated which item to purchase for the original signature. Agreed. 100%. I remember that too. And Kathy got a free signature. So funny. And Michelle said, my items were more expensive, worth it. Absolutely. That's what you expect. I mean, if that's what you want, you expect to pay more money. But at the end of the day, that's not how it went down, everybody. It's not how it went down. So we'll see. I think this will be a continued thing for John Bon Jovi. But, again, we love him. We love what he does for the world and the communities that he serves with his food kitchens. Um, the Fat Elvis thing really bothered me. But, someone actually, barked at me for that today, saying that, oh, it's just a statement. I don't think that calling yourself not wanting to be like Fat Elvis is just, a figure of speech, like you said. I think it's more than that because, again, and I'm not the type of person that sits here and evaluates everything in the news. Yes, we talk about it, but trust me, I'm not, I don't take everything so seriously. I don't. I really don't. I take a lot of things in life with a grain of salt. But that comment I thought was just, really not necessary because of, let's say, poor Elvis and what he had to go through and the way he was pushed in his life to be the money machine for who he had to be the money machine for. So that's why I was so bothered by that comment from him. But I don't hate John Bon Jovi. I really respect the guy. It's just that now, like some of these things that are happening, someone has to be paying attention a little bit closer. That's all. That's all. And Cindy said, the songs are awesome. And you had said that the other night, Cindy, and that's great. You're enjoying them. It's just that, I feel bad that you didn't get what you expected to get. And that's what that comes down to. And all right, guys. So I am going to sign off now. I think that you guys are awesome. Thank you for being here. I really didn't think anyone was going to be here this morning. And hopefully we can get some of our friends to watch, this episode later on in the day or tonight or whenever. And guys, head over to my other channel if you care to at Kiki Room. Remember to download the app of Kiki.fm. We are playing the best music. Al's actually out in the town of Coventry right now, blaring the station with the rock truck. So if you're in Coventry, Rhode Island, beep and say hello to Al. And also, please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and I hope you guys have a tremendous remaining weekend. You are absolutely the best. Give yourselves a big, ginormous hug from me. I love you, love you, love you. Mwah. And I will see you soon. Bye, guys. And thank you again for being here. Bye.